Continue this conversation with Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville. It's good to see you, sir. The Party of Unity is back, and they're calling on their unhinged followers to get loud and resist efforts to return to the rule of law. That didn't take very long, did it?
No, it didn't take very long at all. You know, there's no Democrats anymore. The Democrats last Tuesday voted for Donald Trump. They were not going to vote for these socialist progressive, Chris. It's amazing how it's turned around. They got to remember the Socialist Democratic Party did not do one thing in the last 4 years for the American people. You know, you can do all that. You can say all the things you want. They didn't do anything. I've been there, seen it. Our country has been in trouble. Donald Trump's going to have a hard time getting us back on the right road, but he can do it. He's the only one that can do it. But these people are going to do nothing but fight against us as Republicans, but not really Republicans, Americans. This is America, and we got to pull in the same direction. But the politicians are not going to do it because they cannot stand Donald Trump. They don't believe in his policies. Plus, a lot of them should go to jail, by the way, at the end of the day.
Well, it's not just folks like Eric Swalwell. Listen to the New York Attorney General Letitia James, who weaponized the law against her political opponents. Listen.
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. And my office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we use the rule of law to fight back. And we are prepared to fight back once again.
There's been nothing lawful about her actions. What will the new America First Republican Party senator in the Senate do to rein in lawless Democrat lawfare?
Well, first of all, we got to do away with this Department of Justice. President Trump will do that. He'll get it cleaned up from day one. We can't run a country when you're going after the other side's going after you with a broken system, a broken lawless system. I felt sorry for President Trump during all these days that he spent sitting in trials, sitting in courtrooms. I went with him one day in New York and sat with him. I couldn't believe what he's having to go through. But these people like this lady here, they don't love America. They want to change America to something that it's not. We're not going to do it. The American people just said last Tuesday, we're not changing America. You're going to have to change back with us. You're going to start believing in the Constitution. Quit trying to force your way into things that you shouldn't be. And again, at the end of the day, they have tried to turn everybody against America in the last 4 years, but they have not done one thing for America. And people have finally figured it out. And they're coming back to the Americans. I'll call it the American Party because, you know, the Republicans, we've tried hard, but we need to have one group in this country that's for the American people, and that's the American Party.
Yeah, and to all those leftists out there, I would say, you know, if you're against the Constitution, against the Founding Fathers, there's a country for you. It's called Communist China. They believe that very same thing you do. And you know what? We build no walls to keep our people in here. You're free to go anytime you like. University of Arizona professor Christopher Weber, senator who leads the Arizona Voter Project, told CBS air quotes News that Arizona and Maricopa County are expecting 10 to 13 days to count their votes. Florida and your home state of Alabama reported their results 30 minutes after the polls closed. Why do you think Arizona and other states like them, they need days to complete their count? Are their governments incompetent, corrupt, or both?
Well, I'd say both, Chris, because if you look at the guy, then the person that's in charge of counting the votes, you know, he's a Republican, but he was put in place by George Soros. George Soros backed his election, and he's in there. And again, Arizona is not a big state. It's about the same size, a little bit smaller than the state of Alabama. We counted our votes before 9 o'clock at night. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. But when you do stuff like this, all you're trying to do is put it in a situation where you can manipulate the end and the winner and the loser. So unfortunately, we got this bad situation. Hopefully Kari Lake can pull it through, but you know, you just can't depend on people that have been in this situation before, by the way, you know, 2 years ago.
Yeah, what a disgrace. The rest of the country is already tabulated on election night, and here come these other states limping along, showing how incompetent, buffoonish, incapable they are of doing good government. You folks in these states ought to really be thinking about making a change to your government, because you're getting screwed over, I'm sorry to say. Before we go, we have some breaking news. The Fed chair, Senator Jay Powell, saying just a short time ago that he will not step down even if Trump asks him to. Listen.
Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Okay, Senator, my understanding is that if President Trump, once he takes the oath of office and he wants to replace Mr. Powell, that he has no legal predicate to stay. Am I reading that correctly?
You're exactly right. President Trump will sit down with him. He's told people all around his campaign and even publicly that Jay Powell will be gone once he gets into office. He needs to clean house. These people are not on the same page as President Trump. He's been voted in by the American people. We need to take this government back over, including the Fed, which, by the way, has been useless under Jerome Powell. He's put this country in a tailspin. He waited way too long to raise rates a few years ago, and now he really doesn't know what to do. We had a dissension in raising the rates the last time. One person, which has never happened on the board, was totally against Jerome Powell dropping it, 50 points. But it's just understanding that all these people need to understand from top to bottom. You got a new sheriff in town. His name is Donald Trump. He's been voted in by the American people to change this bureaucracy, to change this system that we have, this deep state shadow government, and he's going to do it. And Jerome Powell, he might as well start packing his bags now, because he is going to be out the door.
Senator Tommy Tuberville, sir, thank you. Appreciate the visit as always.